And now, from our Fox studios in New York, it's Judith Regan Tonight.
According to an old theater story, an actor on his deathbed says, "Dying is easy, comedy is hard." My next guest would disagree. He never sits down to write material. He doesn't buy one-liners. Instead, he ad-libs, a rare talent that he's perfected in a career that has spanned nearly 3 decades. He's headlined in Vegas, done a one-man show on Broadway, appeared on The Tonight Show over 150 times, and also guest hosted for the legendary Johnny Carson another 75 times. He had it all, but his career was sidelined by a very public, acrimonious 7-year child custody battle. But now he's back with a vengeance, which also happens to be the title of his new live HBO special, which airs on Saturday, February 19th. It's my pleasure to welcome back the hilarious, the charming, the debonair, the suave, the former pickup artist and lover boy of all time, the unstoppable, back with a vengeance, David Brenner.
Boy, that's enough. I'm leaving.
Okay.
That's enough. What are you kidding? I'm leaving. I'll never top that. It's great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, come on. You were like the pickup artist of all time. I heard you on Howard Stern.
Oh, you heard me with Howard?
Come on. Can you you had the greatest pickup story.
He was asking advice. You know,
now that he's single?
Yeah, now that he's single. He said, you know, because I guess they had some talk about, and I heard some talk about, you know, you see a beautiful woman in a magazine, and you want to meet her, what do you do? So I said, yeah, I used to get Cosmopolitan, Vogue, all the women's magazines. First of all, you have to know the enemy. Right? That's first of all. No, you have to know the other sex. You got to know what they're thinking, what they're interested in. That's first of all,
the enemy.
Bachelor. Second of all, I would see someone in a magazine, and I go, wow, she's gorgeous. Now, she might be an airhead. There might be wind blowing through her ears, but let's find out. So you track it down. Not so much in the magazine. You find out what agency. Or I was telling them, you know, you look on the side of photographs. It'll say photographed by. Home at so-and-so, and you know, and you track down a photographer, and you talk to them about it, and you find out who her agency is. And then I would leave my phone number, not pursue her. I didn't want to frighten, you know.
You're a gentleman.
And besides, it isn't right. Give me your phone number, and I would say, here, I'm David Brenner. You know, if she could please call me, I'd appreciate it very much. And,
Should women do that?
Yeah, and they would do it. And I would say, look, it's not a business. It's not on business. I'm not calling for business. So they don't call thinking that I want to use them on stage in a show and that pretense. I'd say it's not business, it's personal.
It's all sex.
It's all personal. It's all personal. And then if they call,
would you you know, have sex with these women?
Well,
from time to time?
No, I played basketball with them. I would call them up and we would dribble for hours. It was wonderful. It was like the greatest thrill I ever had, you know. Then I got into bowling with them. I used to bowl with them. It was a lot of fun.
Did it matter to you if there was wind blowing between the ears?
Yeah, it did.
It did?
It did.
You preferred that, or?
No, I had to wear a jacket in bed if the wind was blowing too hard. No, you know, someone, you know, you got to have some kind of chemistry, some kind of rapport.
Yeah.
And
what is that? Like, what turns you on? What is it in a woman that excites you?
One who can eat a fish live. I've always been turned on by that. He goes down to the ocean, puts her head in the ocean, and eats a fish live. I mean, that's the biggest turn on me. Well, it has to be. There's a magic to it. There's a chemistry. There's a magic.
But what? I mean, is it all physical? Is it?
No, but the first thing is physical.
Yeah.
I've never walked into like a bar scene and said, all right, who knows the square root of 284? And the first woman who answers, take her out. I mean, this has never been me.
All right, so you got the beauty.
You got the beauty. You
and then?
have just what I have now in my life. You have to have the beauty, the charm, the intelligence, you know, the good heart, a lot of patience, a lot of understanding, a lot of, okay, he's crazy, but this will pass. A lot of that, you know, you have to have all that.
Yeah.
And it's all chemical. You know, it happens or it doesn't happen.
You can't make it happen.
No, and you have to be able to talk. You got to be able to talk.
Yeah.
You know,
do you talk when you have sex?
Oh, yeah. You know, I usually read the paper, and then I talk about whatever it is, current events. I like to stay current when I have sex.
You do shtick when you're having sex?
Oh, yeah, I do. Actually, I do. You know, I think funny all the time, so it's, you know, it's very difficult.
Yeah?
You know?
You get into character and do, like, different things?
Yeah, I do Warren Beatty. I do different characters, you know, I try, you know. No, I think it's very healthy.
What's the kinkiest thing you've ever done?
The kinkiest?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, you told me you didn't want to talk about news topics, so we're going to just talk about sex. That's it.
The kinkiest, I don't, you know.
I don't know. Well, you know what you got to think about. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to force you to tell me. We'll have more with David Brenner when we get back. Don't go away.